David, this is games. Tell me about crypto games specifically. Did Vance Spencer and Michael from Framework, did they make you bullish on games? That episode that we did, was that back in November?
Yeah, they definitely did. Definitely, if you look around at all the gaming experts, the crypto gaming experts, it's just an unequivocal fact that a strong number of games, crypto games, will launch in 2024. And then even more will launch in 2025. It's like a likely outcome that most of these will flop, but that's just a normal thing to happen in the gaming industry. Sometimes, most of the times, games just flop. They get some initial experimenters who like to play new games, and then hopefully with like marketing on Twitch and influencer marketing with game streamers, they can capture some traction. We only need, Ryan, one game to work to actually make a breakthrough in the world of crypto gaming.
This is the stat that blew my mind, David, is I think Vance gave it on our podcast. There are 3.2 billion gamers globally. Yeah. That's a lot of freaking people. That's like half the world is a gamer of some sort or another. Like, I'm sure a lot of Candy Crush casual gamers are included in the stat, but who knows?
This is the most expansive definition of gamers possible.
For sure. But that's a lot of people. And so do you think that this could be an on-ramp for all of those? Like, I guess maybe the vision for crypto gaming is people don't even know they're on crypto rails and they're playing a game. They're just having fun. And underneath it all, there's like, block space being consumed, right, at the kind of the very basement level, and it's fun, and there's some economic component, and like the wallet experience is seamless. It feels very much like a typical Web2 gaming type of wallet. Is that what how you're thinking this plays out?
I think that's exactly right. I think when we say the words crypto gamers or gamers in general, people kind of assume people with like an ultra wide screen monitor. They have the most expensive graphics card. They're playing very intense AAA, beautiful games that took hundreds of millions of dollars to develop. We're not there yet. That won't be 2024. It'll be like Candy Crush. Probably. Maybe it'll be some game. There was a pretty beautiful Dark Souls-like game that I played at ETH Denver that items were assets. So there are like in these beautiful arena games, it's going to be cheaper and easier to develop the Candy Crush-like games. Also like the slot machine type games, like these are kind of a little bit easier to develop and more closer to crypto because, we're already gambling. But in putting assets into these things, not that hard. And it's easier to test and iterate. One of the reasons why I think this is so bullish, Ryan, is because like I said, if we just have one game has crypto features, get adopted by non-crypto people, it will be the first time that crypto gets adopted by non-crypto people. We had a taste of that with FriendTech when we saw an NBA player, like an influencer and like OnlyFans artist briefly adopt FriendTech for a couple weeks. So we got a taste of that. But I think this is like kind of our best shot at getting crypto agnostic people to be touching crypto stuff. And now is kind of the time. And there's a clip from the Vance Spencer episode that we did that I think explains why gamers are like the most likely candidate. So let's go ahead and play that. Go into that a little bit more, Vance. Why are gamers like crypto people? Or how cut from the same cloth are we?
I mean, have you ever hung out in a gaming Discord and they're all screeching at each other for, like you really can't even interpret, and they're on their computer, they're internet people. They're obsessive. They own digital items. They participate in digital economies. Like
they're
a lot of
freaking nerds, David.
Okay. Nerds. Like, they are literally like, somewhere in the genealogical tree, like they're our cousins. And so it just doesn't feel like a large lift to get them in here. It's a lot different than like, I don't know, say like music people. Like music people are cool. They go outside. They do different things. They don't own digital assets other than something on like iTunes. It's just different.
Okay, so that was Vance making the point that gamers and crypto people are very similar, have like a lot of shared culture, very online native types of communities. The question in my mind, though, is how do you get exposure to crypto gaming, right? Because the big winner from the last cycle in crypto gaming was probably Axie, and that was an individual game title. To me, it feels risky to bet on an individual game title unless you feel incredibly strongly convicted about that particular game. And the way you probably do that is you have to play the game, really love it, really understand it. And there's a path there for investment returns. The other path is picks and shovels, right? So you invest in platforms or you invest in tools. Certainly Immutable is one of those. And like the price point from the time even we did that conversation with Vance and Michael to now, this is the IMX charts. David, what are we looking at?
It's rocking. Yeah.
And so IMX is maybe a platform. I think they have over 200 games that you could invest in if you're bullish on crypto gaming, in particular what what teams are building on Immutable X. Another is maybe the Ronin chain. That was the origination of Axie, actually kind of a side chain. And there's the possibility that comes back and has a form of a Solana style renaissance, if you will. So those are two possible bets. What else is in your mind with how you get exposure to crypto gaming?
I think Avalanche has a gaming division. And so that's definitely a contender if you're into that ecosystem. Beam is something to look at as well. I recently did an episode with Robbie from Immutable and Beam because they are teaming up with Immutable. How those tokens are split, I'm not too sure.
What is Beam?
But really, like Beam, it's like a gaming tech stack, for example. And so like there's like, it's Beam built on Immutable, which was built on Polygon, which is built on Ethereum. So there's like this emerging tech stack of gaming. There's also the Immutable Passport for like gamer IDs. And let's see, off the top of my head, I'm not super deep in this ecosystem, but I think those are kind of like the big ones.
If you enjoyed all of that, then you'll absolutely love the Bankless newsletter. Join over 300,000 fellow readers, all for free. Click below to sign up.